GLP-1 medications have been making headlines for their role in diabetes management and more recently for aggressive weight loss. But there's more to this story. Let's welcome Dwayne Benson, fitness trainer at Planet Fitness. Dwayne, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
If you could briefly help us understand how these medications work in the body.
Well, semaglutides basically suppress the appetite. Keeping you from having hunger. It basically increases a hormone in your body that makes you less, eat a lot
hungry.
less. Yes.
Yeah. And obviously these medications work for weight loss.
Yes.
I saw a statistic 1 in 8 Americans will use a GLP-1 medication in their lifetime. So the buzz around these drugs recently have been profound, right? And I feel like a misconception is because of the aggressive weight loss, people think that you don't have to exercise when you're on these medications. Obviously that is not the case, right?
That is not true. So when you use something to suppress your appetite, you actually not only lose body fat, but you lose musculature. So things like the American Heart Association still recommend 150 minutes a week of some type of moderate strength resistance training or light cardio, things like walking, jogging, yoga, stuff like that.
Okay. And I'm assuming that if you're using a GLP-1 medication and you're exercising, could that speed up the weight loss process, or will it just be better for your overall physique and muscle mass?
Well, it won't really speed it up. So when you suppress your appetite, obviously you're not as hungry, but you still have to eat. You still need to get your nutrients through, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, things like that. So exercise, resistance training will build muscle. More muscle equals more fat loss. But the biggest thing is you're going to need to maintain musculature. If you were to lose, say, 10 pounds of fat and 10 pounds of muscle, the ratio there is just incorrect. You're losing too much muscle. So it doesn't equal out when it's going super fast like that.
Yeah. I could see that some people, when they're on this weight loss journey, that they are like, oh, if I lose some muscle mass, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Can you talk about the risks of someone who is taking these medications and not working out and losing that musculature?
Well, whether you're taking a GLP-1 or not, exercise is good for you in many, many aspects. One, it raises your hormone levels so you feel better. It increases dopamine activity in the brain. And our heart, as we get older, it's going to start to slow down. The less muscle you have on your body, the slower you're going to get as you age. So in the long run, whether you're taking something to lose weight or you're just a normal everyday person, you should do some type of activity every day to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. And when we're specifically talking about these medications, I've been hearing that people get on them, lose all this weight, but then they get off and put the weight back on. So
well, yeah, your appetite returns.
Yeah.
Once your appetite returns, your hormone levels go back to where they were before you started taking something like that. Anytime you start talking about changing your hormones, whether it be a GLP-1 or taking, for older males like myself, TRT or things like that, if you come off of that medication, you're going to go right back to where you were originally. So the good thing is if you come off of that and you're already active and you're already doing things, you're doing resistance training, you're doing cardiovascular work, you're less likely to gain all that weight back.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, there's gyms everywhere. Planet Fitness is probably one of the most popular gyms. There's definitely one close to everybody, right?
They're everywhere.
Yeah, planetfitness.com is a good place to go, right, for people who are looking to start their fitness journey and their health journey. And could you give us, Dwayne, could you describe a few exercises that we can be doing, whether we're on a GLP-1 or not, just to kind of jumpstart our health journey with a focus on fitness?
Of course. So one of the simplest things, and I tell a lot of people because I get a lot of people that sit at a desk all day, just stand up every now and then. Go take a walk. 30 minutes of walking 5 days a week is already 150 minutes. So if you just walk around, but if you're sitting at a desk, if you just stand up, sit down. Do that 10 times every hour, and guess what? You've done like 80 squats. So there's lots of little things you can do. Everything from body weight work, resistance with things like bands, your dumbbells. You don't necessarily need equipment to work out. It does help when it comes to like needing to build more muscle, but in the beginning, take it light, take it slow, and take it easy.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Dwayne. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
We're back after this.